Oh, we're here. Hey, I'm freezing. So sorry, I'm all bundled up as usual. But it's winter. What can I say? And it's actually really nice. I mean, it's dry out there right now, so I'll take it. But um, anyway, we try to keep it kind of right around 68 in here. So I just don't have any fat, so I have to wear my layers on the outside. I'd much rather do that. Day 8. Yesterday, what happened? I don't know. It was gone before I knew it. I suppose, the 2 hours with check-in, that takes up our afternoon. And then we went walking and had dinner. And pretty much after dinner, I'm ready to go to bed. I did some reading, but what can I say? Gina, I was hoping you'd come because I saw you on WhatsApp today. So I thought, oh, maybe Gina will come and visit with me. Hi, Annette. Hey, you two. What are you up to? Let's see, Gina, you don't have snow. Annette, do you have snow in Nova Scotia? I'm just going to show celery juice today because on day 7 and 8, I'm on day 8, in the afternoon you have your celery juice again. So you still get up in the morning, and I had 16 ounces of lemon juice, did my walk around Pearson Point and to the end of the point and back, 3.5 miles. And then I drank my celery juice, 32 ounces, I mean. Oh, cool, Annette. Decorating your tree. and then I had half a liver rescue smoothie. And a little while later, I had a heavy metal detox smoothie. And then just a little bit ago, I had lunch, and that was a spinach soup. I did sort of a modification of that because I didn't blend it. I just had the salad, and I made a dressing out of orange and mango and pepper, bell pepper, garlic, ginger, and a little bit of water. Ooh, we're supposed to get 6 to 8 inches of snow tonight and tomorrow. First storm of the season. We're supposed to have a river of rain, but so far it's not raining right now. So much for that one. So another thing I'm doing is I'm making some ginger tea. And so what I did is I just grated some ginger into this water. And I'm just letting it sit in there. So then I'm going to strain it out and add a little bit of lemon and date and drink it. So I've got a little strainer here. So let's see if this works. This is the first time I'm trying this. 369 weight loss smoothie regimen. Or something similar. Well, I don't imagine you couldn't lose weight on this because it's a lot of just fruit and vegetables. You would probably lose weight on it. Try it. Ooh, a masala chai. Here, well, I'm going to see if I can pour this in here. Oh, yeah. Okay, and then I'll rinse out the cup. And I think I'll pour it back in here. Send it through one more time here. Yeah. And that time, nothing. Boop. So, cool. Then we'll give her some lemon. Got Meyer lemons at Costco the other day. Yum. They're so juicy. And then when he puts in raw honey, I'll put in a little bit of date syrup, which is just blended dates and water. So, my thumb, I was working on my sister's heat pump because you have to go up there and grab the filters and wash them, rinse them out, get the dust out of them every once in a while. And she had a cactus on her windowsill. And I went to move the cactus, and it wasn't sturdy in its pot. It was just leaning against the window, and I didn't know that. So the cactus fell into my hand. And I got, splines stuck into my fingers and in my thumb. And this part on my thumb, it just kept on, you can't really see it. It kept on swelling up in, white, and then I'd squeeze it and I could get good pus out of it. But I couldn't get the darn spine to show up at all. So Stephen and I were working on it, trying to dig in there a little bit, but not too far. And it was for a couple of days. So then finally last night, I just thought, I'm just going to soak it to soften everything up. And so I soaked it last night, and then I soaked it today. And then I said, Stephen, what do you think? And he's got this light magnifying glass mirror thing. And so he got working under that, and he pulled out a splinter or a spline 1/4 of an inch long. And it was down in there, and just all of a sudden there it was, and he pulled it out. It was like, oh my God, no wonder my finger wasn't calming down. So I'm really glad we stuck with it and hung in there till we could get that baby out, because it wasn't going to stop, swelling and pussing. And that was our excitement for the day. Amazing how that stuff, how did it go in? I mean, barely touched me. Hi, Jean. So that adventure ended it on a good note. Okay, so there's my ginger lemon date water. Get my straw here. Let's see how it tastes. Oh, I love ginger. Hi, Keeper. I know, never a dull moment. Then this side, I was cutting with my serrated knife, with this knife, and I was in a real hurry yesterday because I was trying to get it done before check-in. I was making my salad, and I was chopping something to put in the salad, and I chopped right into my finger here, and it was a pretty good cut. So I thought, well, I'm in the water all the time, so I better protect my finger, put a Band-Aid on it, and then I put this latex glove on it to protect it, and it's working. Hi, Jesse. So I got, I had this bandage on this hand, and then this thumb was getting all swollen and oozing from the other hand. Oh, crazy. Check-in was great. The check-in that we talk about, Kiefer, is on Feel Fabulous Over 40. And every Saturday at 2:00, we have what we call a check-in. And we all get on, and people share for about a half an hour. And then Zena puts us into separate rooms, like 2 or 3 or 4 of us at a time in a separate room. And we get to hang out with each other for a while and find out how each other's doing. And of course, I like to find out how people's programs are going, and if it's working the way they want, and that kind of thing. So it's really fun. I love Saturday check-ins. And then we do that for about a half an hour, and then that's 2 to 3. And then 3 to 4 is just more people just raising their hand and just sharing something. And, lately there's been a lot of mom issues. And so there's a lot of that going on. So it's gotten a little bit off track as far as, weight loss and food addiction and all the stuff that we're usually talking about. But it's a lot of the gals are having issues with their mom. I took care of my mom for 18 months before I got her into a nursing home. So I totally get it. And I'm glad to be over it. So is that all the questions? Yeah, and that's in Nova Scotia, way up north where there's ice and snow. I am in hard shape in that. In AB, it would stand the ground for 6 months. Ooh, where's AB? Is that Alberta? AB, what would that be? Yeah, Alberta. Okay. Yeah. Yes. Okay, so now I wanted to show you. This is the Costco celery. It's 2.5 pounds. And so I do one of these each time I do a celery juice. So I just open it up, dump it into the sink, and rinse it off. And stick it into the juicer. If the ends are pretty brown, then I wash it and I just chop the ends off. I didn't in the beginning, Jean, but now I do because some of them are pretty brown. So tomorrow's last day. Tomorrow is just juices and smoothies. So I've got a watermelon that I froze. So I've got that in the refrigerator starting to thaw. And then I've got a full-size papaya that I froze because it was ripe. It was ready to go. So I froze it, and I am I'm gonna blend that and he calls it papaya pudding. So yes, I'm just gonna take the ends off of these. Just the very end. And then I get it started. So this is my Nama J2 juicer. Oh, sure, you can freeze watermelon. You bet. And papaya. You could, look at all the frozen fruit we get at the store. Potholes in the snow in February. Yes, in Buffalo, same thing, Jesse. Yeah, upstate New York, the snow went all. I remember I was in a wedding the first week in April, and there was a foot of snow on the ground from a storm the night before. We were trying to walk through the snow in our heels and our little, spring dresses. Oh, it was awful. What am I going to do after tomorrow? I'm going to keep making all his recipes. He has the best recipes, and they're all whole food, plant exclusive, no sugar, salt, or fat in the cleanse book. And then I bought the recipes in the Brain Saver protocol and recipes and shots book. And he's got another 100 recipes in there, and they look amazing. And he works with potatoes and millet, and they just look so good. So if you can go to the library, get out his Brain Saver book and get out his Cleanse to Heal book and look at them. Look at all the recipes in there and see what you think. They're so simple. Steamed Brussels sprouts, garlic ginger Brussels sprouts and asparagus, his liver rescue salad. It's all, what was the name of the last book I just mentioned? The Brain Saver Protocol book. Here, I got them. Let's see what I got here. Yeah, here's the Brain Saver Protocols, Cleanses, and Recipes. And this is the lemon, ginger, and honey water recipe. It's not coming into focus here. Well, on this side, there's actually a recipe here. There, you can see somewhat the words, but um, here, let me show you some amazing recipes. I mean, I don't know who does. That's cauliflower rice, stuffed tomatoes, raw stir fry. Um, Nori wraps. Here's a raw chili, a portobello, a mushroom burger. But I mean that's a portobello mushroom that he's gotten a bunch of stuff on there. Oh, it's just a strawberry salsa, Cobb salad. I mean, I go, oh, I want to make this. Oh, I want to make this. I want to make this. I want to show you the potato ones. Look at that baked mac and cheese. And he uses gluten-free, corn-free pastas. A mini frittata. Look at that. So it looks like a potato, tomato, eggplant bake. And he makes all these things. Waffles with veggies, zucchini boats, butternut potato hash. Gotta make that. Eggplant bacon, loaded crinkle cut fries. I mean, it just goes on and on. Look at the sweet chili broccoli. Just Nikoi salad. Is that how you pronounce that? Look at that. Potato and cherry tomato bake. It's all potatoes down there. Mushroom and herb millet risotto. I mean, he just makes amazing stuff. I want to make it all. Curried potato, pea, and cilantro hash. Oh, look at this. He makes the taco out of potato. He chops them up. What's he do with them? Oh, it's going to be the next page. To make the taco shells, he steams the potatoes, processes them with the different garlic, onion, and date syrup. I always say date, but he uses maple. And then you spoon it out onto a silicone sheet or parchment paper. I don't think he uses silicone. It must not be good for us. And you spread it with a wet spatula to make 3 or 4 mini tortillas. Oh. Bake in the oven for 15 to 20 minutes. Remove and pat down with a spatula. Flip the parchment paper over onto a cutting board and gently peel it back. Set the taco shells aside. So I guess they're soft, so you can just bend them up like that. A pho. He makes, look at that pho. I mean, that looks legit. I gotta try. Oh, yeah, look at this. Cannoli. Cannellini. It's zucchini and potato and carrot for the sauce and mashed potato fries. Oh, look at that. Okay, I gotta stop. This is the last one. That roll is made out of potato, and it's mushrooms stuffed inside it. I mean, this is cool, and he's got all the cleanses in here. I just love the heavy metal detox cleanse and the liver rescue cleanse. Jesse, none of the books of his I've seen credit a photographer. It must be him. It must be him. Yeah, Gina, there's shots made out of all kinds of things, herbs and spices and wild blueberries, and he's got them for, the different moods to shift your mood. I mean, I have no idea. I haven't even tried the shots yet, but he says if you've been hurt by someone, drink this shot. If you're mad at somebody, drink this shot. If you've suffered a loss, drink this shot. I mean, he's got something. I know we all need mood shifters. So I'm just having so much fun with it. I just love it when I find something where I can just have a ton of fun. So I mean, what I've been doing it out of right now is this Cleanse to Heal book, and I'm doing all the recipes in this book because it's so much fun. I mean, look at this apple pie filling. That was delicious. I just made that one a couple of days ago. And this one that was on the menu this week. It's just apples stuffed into dates. This is the raw mini apple pie tart, and I have not made that one yet. It's a little bit more involved. I need to make that one. I'll do that next week when I'm off the cleanse. Is he married? I wondered. Does he have kids? So just to show you, I mean, this shaved Brussels sprout, asparagus, radish, and apple salad. Oh my gosh, it's so good. And I did that the other day on YouTube, and I just used it for the food processor. This kale salad. I mean, Gina, what's not to like about this? Oh yeah, you could do every recipe in a book. I mean, some of them I don't need to, but I mean, look at this one. Isn't that pretty? It's just zucchini and summer squash steamed, but it's so pretty. There's no other ingredient in that one. This one I have to make yet. Roasted red pepper and tomato soup. And he makes everything with fresh ingredients. Oh, this is what I had for potatoes last night. It was a potato dish last night. So I had this left over from making it earlier in the week. I don't have a Breville food processor. I have the Cuisinart. This is my Cuisinart. So anyways, oh yeah, and this potato salad, that was really good. I made that one right away. I'm such a potato girl. Yeah. And is it a raw soup or is that one cooked? Oh, this one, this Brussels sprout vegetable soup. Oh, it's delicious. Jennifer told me about that one. Yeah, I like it. I like my Cuisinart. It does just fine. I'm just making sure I didn't miss anybody there. Oh, thanks for the thumbs up, you guys. This one I have to make yet. Warm spice roasted vegetable salad. Looks so good. And it's with butternut squash, carrot, red onion, zucchini, cilantro, arugula, spinach. And then his dressings, Gina, they're so simple. Orange juice, and I just use the orange zest, garlic, a teaspoon of raw honey, and I just always use a teaspoon of date and a tablespoon of lemon juice. And it's so good. And I just make my own with fruits and vegetables and garlic and ginger and, just water or water and an orange. And it's amazing how nice they are. I put mango in one today, some mango, and you just get to where you start to, realize it's everything tastes good when it's made with just regular food. Remember the professor on Back to the Future in the end when he just puts all kinds of garbage into the car for gas, for fuel? That's how I feel. Ooh, Jessie, yay! I love simple dressings. I'm still on lime juice and mustard. I know. Just lime or lemon juice is so good. But I'm getting away from vinegar because Anthony says vinegar rots our teeth from the inside out. So I haven't had any vinegar since I've started the cleanses. Okay, so are we ready? Shall we do some? Shall we fire up the Namaste? So what I usually do is I get celery in the base to get it started. So you only drink it in the afternoon on day 7 and 8. And I think tomorrow too. Otherwise, I just drink it in the morning. But yesterday, after I drank it, oh my gosh, I emptied out big time. So he says the salt crystals are the magic of the celery. Salt clusters. So I'm just going to get a little bit more in there to get it stirred. Like so. Now fire this up. Make sure my door is open there for juice to come out. And then I just keep chopping over here. So I get it all chopped up. And I just keep loading it up. Tomorrow I make apple cucumber juice, and is that ever good? Jennifer's on her way back from Vegas today. So she'll be back tonight. All right. I just love the nama. Yeah, I'll be exploring these other juices. Like one is just cilantro. You just take, pack a cup of cilantro, just stick it in your juicer, and it makes a shot. I can't remember what that one's for. But the brain saver, so there's two brain savers books. One, he just sort of drones on and on about stuff. But the protocol recipes and shots, they're actual recipes. So that's why I want that one. So, I'm kind of like, okay, Anthony, okay, get to the point. He has a hard time getting to the point. But what he actually comes out with is so awesome. Oh yeah, Jesse. That's why I thought, I should just show the celery juice. It's simple, but usually I'll get a quart jar full. We'll see here. There's a little measure on the side. It's on the back side, which is interesting. And I'll show you how I clean it. What else did I want to tell you, Paul? I want to tell you about my cactus line. Seems like there was something else. I think the Royal Berkeys are in, Jesse, so my Berkey ought to be shipped pretty soon. Coming all the way from Florida. Should have gone with Berkey USA because those are back in stock. Hey, Kiefer, the medical medium says that you can't tolerate cilantro because you need to cleanse, and that once you cleanse, that taste in your mouth will go away when you eat cilantro. And with this shot, You can do either or. Yeah. I mean, up until now, they've said, yeah, that there's a gene, the no cilantro gene. But Anthony says no. It's due to like a heavy toxic metal or something that you need to clean out. So that'd be worth exploring. I'd be curious to see. That would be an objective way to see if this stuff works. Although me being able to poop again is pretty cool. I'll go with that. Okay, so what I usually do is make sure I got all the juice. Whoops. I think I do. And then I stick this in the sink. And usually I go ahead and wash this right away. Yeah, definitely let us know, Kiefer. I'm really interested because my husband can't eat cilantro. And so far, he's not interested in the cleanses. So you can see all the celery that gets stuck down in there. But they send you with this brush. So we got a brush, and there's a little brush in here, which I haven't taken out because I kind of like to use the end of it here. So I'm not sure. Oh, yeah, just twist. Yeah, that's a good idea. So I can just flip it around. Okay, and then I just get all that celery out of there, and it just rinses right out. If you go right after it to where it doesn't dry off, before you get at it, it just comes right out. Bada bing. There we go. Yesterday I was going to come on and I was going to do the squash noodles. So he spiralizes butternut squash into noodles, and then he cooks them like noodles. So I definitely want to do that one, but I ran out of steam yesterday, so I just did leftovers. Okay, so that's my alarm. I set my alarm because you don't have your celery juice till an hour after you finish lunch. So I just set an alarm so that I can keep track of that. How hard is it to clean? You betcha, Gina. Hey, that's important. I mean, we don't want to spend most of our day cleaning. As it is, I spend a lot of the day in the kitchen, so. But that is it. You just rinse it out. I would say, the one I scrub the most is this basket. So, and then, of course, I get a bunch of celery in the drain, and I just stick that in my compost bucket. I love having compost. What would we do without a compost? That would be awful. Even when we rented here, they let us use the compost pile. Now it's ours. So I just go around and I make sure, because you don't want this clogging up. So I use this brush and I get it all scrubbed out. So Gina, I think those recipes are going to keep me busy for a few months anyway. And I've also been listening to Dr. Furman. Just, I like listening to all the different people for fun. And the library, since I've got the Brain Saver books, I was looking up other things that I'm curious about. Jeannie gave me a couple of books to read. And if I can get them at the library, I'll get them. And that's when I saw that Dr. Furman had a couple of audiobooks. And of course, I would prefer audiobooks so I could listen while I'm working in the kitchen and while I'm working out, that kind of thing. And so the only ones he had available or the library had available, were Super Immunity and the other one's on dieting, which the Super Immunity was really interesting. He talks all about the virus and the vaccine and how effective it is, or I should say it's how ineffective it is, and like the flu virus and the vaccines for it. And so, yeah, it's an interesting book. I enjoyed that one. Now, granted, I'm listening while I'm doing. So you know how that is. You kind of tune in and tune out. But I still like to do that because I get the gist of things. I can't just sit there and listen to it. So, and then the other one, what he does is he goes over all the different diets and why they don't work, including ours. He thinks that us, being low in fat, we don't eat the nuts and seeds necessarily. He feels like that's a no-no. Well, that's his opinion. He doesn't think we're getting enough nutrition. We're going to die early. So let's see. I've still got that one. why do they have to bash everything else? Why not just talk about the way you work? So, or how what we're doing, or your method, like with Dr. Furman, he's got a great nutritarian method. Just tell us what it's about. You don't have to go around bashing everybody else and making them wrong. The fats that he thinks are good, Jesse, are avocados, nuts, and seeds, or at least nuts and seeds. I'm not sure about avocados. Yes. How to age. Yes. So keep looking for Dr. Greger's How Not to Age at Costco, but haven't seen it yet. I usually get them for a really good price. Oh, good. See, now I would get that out of the library because I don't need to keep it. I just, might read it. But, listening to him on YouTube talk about it, that's good enough for me. I got the gist of it. And again, we can always fine tune stuff. So, oh yeah, right. The celery juice. Okay. Let's see. Hey, how do you like this? Jean found these. Aren't these cool? That way I can close it up. Like if I'm going somewhere and I don't want it to spill all over, this top actually screws on tight when you put it down. So that's pretty cool. All right. So I always strain this through another strainer just to catch any of the fiber that might have gotten through. So I need another glass. So with the celery juice, he doesn't want anything else. And you're not supposed to eat or drink before or after it so that the celery can have full force, be able to do not one, as in after How Not to Age. No, she means How Not to Age. Oh, The next one is about cancer, so I would like that one. Yeah, he's already going to start on his next book. He's got a whole list of them he wants to do. He was talking about it on Chef AJ. Okay, so here we go. Isn't that pretty? They're highly variable in how much they make, but this one's a little bit less than what it usually makes. So you can see the extra fiber there. There we go. There you have it. Use a different straw. Cheers. You know, Jesse, when he writes a book, he does a deep, deep dive. So he's going to find out. He was amazed at all he learned from How Not to Die. In how he found more things about what we can do to help ourselves. Jesse, you're entertaining us. So I got more lights up. I've got them scheduled to come on at 4. So we're a little bit early. But I put lights all around the deck here. I wrapped them around and went down the stairs with them. And then I put more on the front deck too. And I've got my lights on inside already. Yeah. We understand, Jesse. You're just messing with us. Having some fun. So I'm kind of sad that the cleanse is going to be over, but glad that I can start playing with some of the other recipes because most of the lunches and dinners have been the liver rescue salad. So which is highly variable. I mean, there's no two the same because he offers, like 20 different ingredients you can mix and match and put in it, which is probably why he suggests that for all the meals. But it's all raw except for steamed green beans, which I partake in. And he even says, if you want to not cook your Brussels sprouts and asparagus, you can just chop them up and eat them raw if you don't want to cook them. So you could do it, Jess. You could do it, Gina, and I'll bet you drop weight. I mean, I what did I weigh last time? Actually, I guess I lost about 4 pounds. And I don't need to lose any more weight. So if I can lose it as low as I am, you'll definitely lose weight. One fella said he lost 12 pounds. If you look up YouTube's or Instagram reels for people that have done the 3-6-9, you can see how they've done. It's highly variable because a lot of already thin people do it because people that don't feel well, people that are sick do it because he feels, even MS he treats. Well, he doesn't treat, he just makes these suggestions and it's up to you if you want to try them. So I like raw shaved Brussels sprouts too. And that salad that I made the other day with the shaved Brussels sprouts, asparagus, apple, and radish. Oh man, that's so good. I'm still eating it. It only made 1 to 2 servings, but they're huge because it's a pound of Brussels sprouts and a pound of asparagus, raw and shaved and chopped. So you can imagine. I mean, that just made way more food than I can eat in one meal. Yes, I get organic asparagus at Costco. I get organic Brussels sprouts, organic apples, and the radishes I got out of my garden. Or I bought some at Sprouts too. So I get the rest of my organic stuff at Sprouts. And I was getting wild blueberries at Costco, but now they're not selling them. So I'll go back over to Trader Joe and get those. He says they're so much better than cultivated blueberries. They're like, what's the name of our plants when they've been around for a long, long time and they're really, really good, high quality? Not Homestead. It starts with H, I think. Not Heritage. What's it called, Jesse? Heirloom. They're like heirloom, the wild blueberries, because he says that if we had a nuclear attack, the wild blueberries would come back. They're just really tough, and they've been here for centuries, and they're here to stay, and they just really, really go after the heavy metals in our system. So he says there's really no way to test our heavy metals. They really don't have the technology yet, and people are suffering from all these different things, which we're all of us are talking about. Autoimmune, reflux, heartburn, same thing. GERD, same thing. Neurological symptoms, neuropathies, headaches. I mean, just he mentions them all. He's very familiar. Yes, they're small, they're delicious. Yes, the larger cultivated ones can be very tasteless. Yeah. It's a huge difference. And I don't even know if it's okay to do this, but I've been warming up the frozen blueberries and the frozen dragon fruit, and then chopping up my banana. He always says you can just eat them all fresh. You don't have to blend them into a smoothie. But I've been warming them because I don't want the frozen stuff because I'm too cold already. So everything else I just do room temperature. And I if I could think of it, I could take those out and thaw them the night before. I don't heat them up on a high heat. I just enough to get them to thaw. And I don't put them in the microwave. So I've been sort of avoiding the microwave. I got away from using it because of eating raw for several months. So I'm trying to stay away from it. Dr. Rogers' influence. Ryle, blueberries, and cockroaches will come back. The cockroaches will never leave. He's very generous with the info he puts out. That's another thing. Yeah, you can look up anything. Anytime Jeannie asks me a question about him, I just go to what does Anthony Williams, medical medium, say about, and then it'll come up. Oh my gosh. I've been on almost an hour already. You're kidding me. 48 minutes. That's crazy. You guys probably have other things you want to do today. But it's great visiting with you. And tomorrow, I'll probably show you how I make this papaya pudding. Oh, it's so good. And it's, throw a papaya in the blender and blend. I mean, it's so simple. And then like with the watermelon, you know how it can get kind of old. This was the old watermelon I was telling you about, Jesse. So I don't know how it's going to taste, but I'm going to thaw it and see. I've got half of it that I'm thawing. You got nothing. Should we just stay on all day? Then we should Zoom. It did fly by. But oh yeah, I got oat groats ready to cook for Steven in the 8-quart Instapot. Oops. Ta-da. They're just soaking. I've got them all washed and ready and soaking. And then look at my sprouts. Yeah. They are almost ready to harvest. I'll probably let them go one more day. And then in fact, I should switch them over to this. Usually I switch them over to right next to the sink when I say that so that I don't forget. Oh, did you see this pumpkin I got? Look at that pumpkin. Isn't that a beauty? Oh, and you guys seen the pomegranates at Costco? They're huge. They're like little bowling balls. They're so good. Uh-oh. You overheated your Vitamix, Jesse. Wow. Oh, Richard's going to make a green smoothie. Well, tell him no bananas for you. Promise me. No bananas, Jesse. Don't tempt fate. You even got an error message. Oh, my goodness. Well, I overheated mine just the other day. No bananas. Oh, Hannah yams. Yes, good. Yeah, Gina, they had the smaller pomegranates, and I was getting those because they were cheaper. But those big ones, they had them on sale for like $19, and they're so good. Now I'm spoiled. Because she reacts to them, Annette. They give her heartburn. and I get reflux sometimes with bananas. It depends on how much else I've eaten and what else I've eaten. So, this celery juice is so good. I love it. I love what it does. But not all celery juices are this nice. I've had some really bitter ones. So that's why now I'm like, okay, that's it. I'm just going to Costco. And I don't know how long I'm going to do this. You can do it forever, but $6 and something a shot. Well, that's a day. And another thing is, you don't have to do 32 ounces every time. You can do 16 ounces. He says, anywhere from 16 to 32. And for some conditions, he suggests 64, twice as much. That would be amazing. But, I like with my lemon water, same thing. He says you can start at 16 or even less if you just can't do 16. He says start with 8 or 4 and work your way up to the 16 and then work your way up to the 32. Kiefer, it's so much fun to be able to say, I don't need to lose weight. I'm skinny. There's no more fat left on me. It's so much fun. I don't ever want to go back, but I see how people fall. So I'm ever vigilant, but it's the rest of our lives that we have to be vigilant. Oh, Jesse, that's a good idea. Just baking them and freezing them. Then you've got them ready. Something white. The next door's kitty cat. He's white with a few gray markings. So you very well could have seen that. And the deer were in the yard today. Oh, also, there's seagulls flying by in there. There's lots of white seagulls. Sometimes there's an eagle out there, but he might be out there. Nope. It's getting dark in order to be able to see. Yeah, it's all seagulls. We had the tide come up the yard today. That's interesting, watching the tide come up. It's winter. Janet, you have a healthy respect of how fast we can fall. I sure do. And not just how fast we can fall, but how slow we can be to get back. And I've been there. I've been there all my life. And I don't want to go there. I don't want to have to fight my way back up out of that hole. out of that trap. No, Steven's not wearing a baseball style, a white cap. He wears a blue one like this, except for blue. This one's gray. And he's in the back room reading, watching a movie. Oh, it's so hard to lose it and then gain it. Not just twice, but just, over and over again, the diet binge cycle. Oh, it is just the most, it's just awful. You get so depressed. Looks like a man walking outside in a white cap. Oh, by which? By the door or by the windows? There's a tent back there that looks like a cap. By the windows. Well, no, that's the beach. That's the seagulls. Let's see if we can show you guys. How do we do this? My rug here. See him? Whoa. Get me out of the way. See the seagulls? Oh, do you see a cat? I just see seagulls. No cactus. Oh, well, that's not the cactus that tackled my thumb. Okay, so you see the seagulls. Yeah. They're out there just diving and grabbing clams and dropping them on the beach to open them up. Hi, Tracy Lynn. Oh, thanks. It is a beautiful view. I just love it. Here, I'll show you this side. This is, my full length. This is what I get to look at all day. Isn't that awesome? I love it too, Jesse. You can't really see Paul's bow, but there's Paul's bow. We looked and looked and looked for chairs, and we ordered a bunch of different ones. And we finally just went to Home Depot and got these plastic chairs. And they're nice and comfortable with the cushions in them. And so, and then the round glass table, we had it outside on the deck. We've been using that as our table. So, we don't care. I just want the view. I just want the beach. It is a gorgeous view. It was a dream, being a Pisces. I love being near the water. And we lived down the street for 8 years, and his mother didn't want to sell us the house. So we left and we went up and lived in the woods for 20 years, and we loved being in the woods. I'm so glad we did that. And we just fell into this, that we thought we would never be able to be back here, but here we are, and it's just the most amazing gift. We won't be able to live here forever, Jesse, because we're old, and it's a lot of work. It's an acre and a quarter, and I mean, already I'm rethinking how much garden I'm going to have, because I just can't do it. I was so exhausted by the end of the summer, so I'm going to take it easy next year. So. Yeah, moving to the forest up here is a little bit less scary because we get so much rain, but we're not getting the rain that we used to. Yeah, Jesse. Steven's 76. I mean, and he's been digging a trench. He redug the trench all the way down the driveway, which is probably 300 feet. And he got it all done. And it's to redirect the water draining, because we're down at the beach, so you have to come down our driveway I mean, it's a slope, but still, it's a perfect waterway for the rain, and it comes streaming down there. And if we don't have the trench dug out, it it starts down the driveway and then it diverts and it just floods the yard in the front. So I know it boggles my mind too, Gina. I just can't believe it. I mean, wow. You would never know it. And you guys, of course, you see, because you see him on here. I mean, he doesn't look that old. So, and I'm pushing 70. Geez, 68. Crazy. What's Jeannie say? Oh, Jeannie sent me a photo. Oh, 5 reasons why I love my Berkey. Okay, I'll watch that. Oh, and you said, oh, and Crispy Cancer has one. Jennifer has one. Jessie has one. High Carb Hannah has one. Did you see High Carb Hannah? She made one of Raw Food Romance's raw wraps. My Berkey has not arrived. They said it'll be anywhere between between tomorrow and the 28th of December. So, because they were backlogged. But USA Berkey said that the royals have come in. So I'm hoping. I'm ahead of the curve with the wraps anyway. Hannah and Derek are so far ahead of me as far as what those two can do. Oh my gosh. It's just amazing what they've taken on. Well, I guess we did take this on. So thank God we had Edgar to help us. But wow. Royal has the spigot with the water level display. No, I got it. I went to berkeyfilters.com and they had this huge sale on the stands and the view spigots. And so that spigot's usually $70, $75 for the Royal. I got it for 30. And the stand is usually 50. I got it for 20. So for $50, I got the stand and the view, the water level display. Hee hee. Great deals. So as soon as it comes, we've already got the stand and the spigot. We just need the Berkey. And then I got a Kangen water machine if anybody wants it. I mean, my diet's so alkaline. I stopped drinking the alkaline water. Yeah, Jesse, how long have you been plant-based? Jesse, you got the 2.25, right? 1973. Wow. That's when I graduated high school. A long, long time ago. Jesus, we've been on this for an hour, you guys. We gotta. What made me decide to change to Berkey? Well, I did a deep dive into all the different the reverse osmosis, the distilled, the under the sink water filter systems, just everything I could find, and I kept coming back to the Berkey because Berkey is not only filters, but it purifies the water, and it's not dead water. And Anthony Williams is not for alkaline water. He says, don't do it. Your stomach has to, okay, so the acidity in your stomach is 7.7. So if you put a 9.5 alkaline water into your stomach, it will sit there. The stomach won't release it till it gets it down to 7.7. And it has to work a lot harder than bringing a neutral water from 7.0 to 7.7. So it just wants it, slightly alkalinized. And, it's overkill. And it's what it felt like. It felt like my food wasn't really digesting anymore. The stomach needs acid in order to digest things. So, and the darn thing is so expensive, and it's expensive, and it doesn't filter at all. It's got a filter in it, but I don't know it doesn't filter anything. You have to buy filters in addition. And so I got an arsenic filter because we have arsenic in our water. But I'd have to buy something for each darn thing that we need filtered. Yeah, Jesse, fortunately we're on a well water, so we don't have a lot of stuff in there. But what about heavy metals that are non-detectable because they don't have the technology? And so, this Berkey, you can drink pond water, lake water. It'll purify the water. So, I'm sure that would be pretty rough on the filters, but still, if in an emergency, we could use it. So I just kept coming back to it. And my sister has one, and so many people have them. And the only complaint my sister is that she just got the travel one, which we got first. We got a travel one, and I didn't even take it out of the box. I just sent it back. It was so little. I thought, this is too small. We'd be filling it all the time because, we'll use it to drink the water, to cook with, to rinse my broccoli sprouts with, to water the plants. So, the black filters are relatively new. I didn't know that, Jesse. And the 10 inches are new, and that's what we got. So you use gallons easily. Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm really looking forward to it and my new adventure. Ooh, healthy vegan eating just did a YouTube. Raw carrot cupcakes, oil-free, refined sugar-free, gluten-free. He's fun to watch, the healthy vegan. So, 4:00. It's time to take my afternoon walk. Oh, your Berkey's too short for the 10. You have to use a 7. So you got the 2.25, right? Right, Jesse? Oh yeah, it's almost sunset. It's getting dark. We'll have to take our flashlights with us. Yeah. Okay. And that's why when you said you had that and you had the extra container, since I don't have an extra container, I thought I'm just going to get the 3-gallon. So that's what we'll do. So it was great to see you all. Tracy Lynn, 5 years for you. That's awesome. I'm going on 4 years, and I just can't believe it. That's amazing. Where'd the time go? It's been such a fun ride. I love it. You don't have that room for that tall filter. Yeah, see, I'm going to put mine right here. It's going to go right there. The stand up there, and it'll be great. Okay, this is it. I'm going to go. Have a good night, everybody. So nice to spend time with you all. Good night, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow, hopefully. Bye.